I wanted to talk about this. I think there are people who get this and understand this, but I think a lot of times when you see people teaching things within the spiritual community and teaching things about spiritual practices and so on and so forth, a lot of times what you'll see people showing people how to do rituals from the perspective for self gain, for what they want. They want the love spell, the money, or whatever the case may be. But you barely see people talking about it on a more bigger level of doing something to help out a huge issue in the world, or to light a candle for a cause, for some results or some remedies to issues and problems that are going on around the world. Now, there's a lot of people running around calling themselves earth angels and star seeds, and I don't put those people down. And very much so, you may be those things, but at the same time, you understand that those are titles. And the same thing as, imagine sitting in a room, right? You're sitting in a room with an angel, and then someone, some issue, something arises in the home. Like, let's say something's about to fall on somebody's head, and the angel just sits there, and you will look at the angel like, yo, you didn't, you saw that coming. You could have just said, oh, boom, got it, but you let it fall on their head. Is on that level. It's not to say wear yourself out and go run into every issue and make every issue out here, or nor for you to act like you're supposed to be some kind of like Jesus figure going around trying to heal everybody. But I mean it in the sense of, you identifying as an earth angel, you identifying as a star seed, means you have a mission and a purpose, and it's not always about just your personal gain. I love that book, The Superior Man, because it does go into those steps of self, family, community, and then the world on a simplistic level of giving a breakdown of different stages of what he's referring to in that book. But and that's a really good example, because a lot of people have read that book and understand that. But I'm saying it in the sense of, from more of a spiritual lens, in the sense of, if you're gonna walk with those titles, understand that means you have to do something. So I'm gonna give you an example of stuff like when, in my younger studies of angel work, because I keep seeing earth angel every 2 seconds. Let's say you watching the TV or you scrolling, and then you hear about something terrible happen. Oh, there's a flood somewhere. In that moment, you're supposed to take out energy and meditate on that being remedied. You can put your hand over the foam and send that energetic energy to it if you're trained in energy medicine. These are the ways that the angelic practitioners. I hate to use the word practitioner, but I try to use words that people know. This is how the practitioners would do things in the past. People would join together. Let's have a ceremony and hold hands for a cause or a thing or whatever the case may be. There's so much power in it. I'll do another drink because the video's going over longer, but at the same time, I'm saying it in the sense of, if you're going to have these titles, understand there's other works. And if you're going to be doing this work, don't only think about, well, me and what I gain. Don't forget to give to others too. If you're doing these practices for abundance, that means your cup should be running over. So that means that you should be able to pour into other things to help things, remedy things in your community, remedy things around. You know what I mean? If you know the woman across the street needs something, send out an intention for her. Burn an ancestor money for somebody who needs a job. Different things like that can help other people who are in needs. It's not always about your personal gain. You wanna do that when you're doing these spiritual workings as well, because that, for a multitude of reasons, that's a whole nother breakdown.